So yeah, man, then I bit him. So anyways, you ready for the show tonight?
What show?
The show we do every night at 6 o'clock?
Yeah. I haven't heard anything about any show.
Oh my goodness, it's actually 5:59.
To the newsroom!
To the newsroom! Okay!
Good evening, I'm Chris Carson.
And I'm Daniel Sanchez. Thank you for joining us. If you are looking for competitive pay, good benefits, and a great company to work for, look no further.
That's right. Andrew Taylor takes us inside of one of Charlotte's fastest growing companies and all it has to offer.
Red Ventures is an American marketing services company founded by Rick Elias and Dan Feldstein in 2000. Between 2004 and 2007, Red Ventures recorded a growth of 5,863.9%.
There were probably 8 or 9 people in the organization, if you want to call it organization, when I joined. And we have over 1,500 now in 4 different locations. It's been a phenomenal experience. Every year I think this is the year that the growth is going to slow down and it just gets exponentially faster.
Red Ventures employees are proud of their state-of-the-art facilities, including a full-service restaurant and an NBA-sized basketball court. During the 2012 Democratic National Convention, the Charlotte Bobcats used the full-size basketball court to practice.
I think it's really cool to know that the court is that nice and it's that official that an NBA team uses it to practice.
Ilios Cafe is a full-service gourmet dining restaurant located in the same building as the basketball court. With all of the amazing perks that come with the job, it's easy to understand why Red Ventures was voted as the #1 place to work in the Charlotte Business Journal during 2010 and 2011.
It gives you opportunity to grow in the company. You can make a lot of money. There's lots of incentives. There's a full-size basketball court and a full-service restaurant.
The folks here at Red Ventures say that whether you're a part of the human capital team, a senior sales agent, or just a basic salesman, every employee strives towards the same goal of providing excellent marketing services for partnering companies. I'm Andrew Taylor, Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Thank you, Andrew. Toyota, Hyundai, and Kia Motors are some of the imported vehicle companies facing troubles with recalls.
But there's one American automaker facing similar issues. Jacob Hovis spoke to a Charlotte GM dealer to find out how they're helping local customers.
Have you ever had this issue with your car?
I am Jacob Hovis with the Connecticut School of Broadcasting here at Williams, one of GM's many dealerships in Charlotte, to find out what GM's offering people that have been effective with the recalls that are happening and how to keep them as loyal customers. With all the recalls that are going on in the car industry right now, let's see what GM is doing to help prevent their cars from having any problems.
What they'll do is they'll contact a customer and ask the customer to bring the vehicle in to inspect the vehicle and to find out if there is indeed something wrong. And if there is something wrong, then what they'll do is they'll arrange to have the repair completed.
GM, one of the top car brands here in America, have good customer service and hope after all these recalls, they can still be one of the top car brands that you can own.
GM, especially since the bankruptcy in 2009, has been instrumental in insourcing a lot of work back into the company that otherwise might have been done by third-party companies or overseas.
GM is one of the most reliable vehicles you could own. With little recalls, they are still one of the top vehicles in America. After talking to Mark McQuillan, he has answered some of the concerns customers have had about all the recalls that GM has been having and how they plan to fix them. I'm Jacob Hovis with the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. If it's news to you, it's news to us.
Coming up next, their name is known all over the Queen City. We'll bring you more on the mission of Elevation Church.
Also, we'll talk to a local band who thrives with its distinct rock and roll sound. Coming up after the break.
Loaded and ready.
It's a bit overdramatic, isn't it?
Much talk around, got to be some way he could be someone, and it don't know how. Got this way, something's got to change. Oh, it's going to break in a moment. Life can let you down in a moment. Life can turn around, turn around.
Here's an uplifting story about one of the fastest growing churches in the United States, beginning right here in the Queen City and is starting to spread across the country. From 2007 through 2010, Elevation Church was ranked among the top 100 fastest growing churches in the United States. The church's first Sunday worship was attended by only close friends and family members, totaling nearly 120 people. Now they have over 12,000 members attending Elevation. Elevation Church was founded by Pastor Stephen Furtick in 2006. People say he is the main reason why they come back each week. We asked Karen Linson, a member since 2007, her thoughts on Pastor Furtick.
The messages that Pastor Furtick preaches, we know he's biblically based, and I love the fact that he sees things from a whole new, fresh perspective, and just have somebody who's young and passionate and to just cause us to think in a really different way.
Outreach offers VIP passes for first-time attendees, which include free Bibles, front row parking, and possibly free t-shirts as well. The orange tent is basically the communications tent. It tells you how to get involved with volunteer work in the community. The Orange Outreach Group has the initiative to fight an end to the homeless, invest in schools, teachers, and students. So far, they have put in over 100,000 community service hours and helped raise over $1 million. Mayor of Charlotte, Anthony Fox, said, "The community is stronger because of Elevation." So not only are they making an impact inside the church, they are passionately working outside of Elevation as well.
Whether it's working in a bar, local festivals, or in the studio, the life of a musician can be an enduring process. Let's check in with Rigo Rivadeneira, who spent some time with the founders of a local band with an offbeat sound.
The life of a self-employed musician can be complicated, whether it be performing live or writing new music. But two local band members have found it to be somewhat simplified. As I sit down with Chris Sheridan and Clee Laster, we try to determine who and what is simplified.
And like, you guys should be simplified because it's laid back and fun and whatever.
I've come to the conclusion that simplified is Clee and Sheridan. It started with us, and you know, it's been 10 years, so.
At first it was just jamming together, and then we were having so much fun we started looking for other players.
I wanted to get into getting back into music and performing live, and I was like, if I'm going to do it, this is the guy to hit up for a lead vocalist. So he came from the background of the beach and the Otis Redding laid back stuff, and I brought this jammy element to it, which is a big part of our sound. That's probably been one of our hardest things over the years, is when people asked us to describe our genre. It's rock, but then we have like elements of the reggae. I would just call it like island vibe rock.
When we were writing stuff, we don't kind of stick to a certain genre, just whatever comes out, comes out.
As Simplified continues to grow, there's always room for new band members to contribute. But there's still questions as to what is their drive to write, and why should you support live music?
It brings a new dynamic when we have new players come in, so actually getting these new guys has been a breath of fresh air, I think. You know.
I have to get it out there somehow. That's the easiest way for me.
What else is there?
Rodrigo Rivadeneira, Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Boom!
Thank you, Rigo. And now that Simplified is not on tour, they are playing at local bars around the Charlotte area. Coming up is the Charlotte Knights' last season in Fort Mill. Find out how they did in their home opener last night.
And the NCAA Finals came down to this major comeback for Louisville.
right. 8 a.m., time to go to school, said nobody ever, until I came to Connecticut School of Broadcasting, where I have learned every part of the business I need in order to have a successful career. Come check out one of our studio tours and see if you're ready to actually enjoy what you do.
Look me in the eye, you know that we're what I've been trying to tell you, that I won't back down. I guess you got me confused with somebody who loses, cause I won't back down. Look me in the eye, you know that we're what I've been trying to tell you, that I won't back down.
Why not come and achieve something that you've always wanted to do, like be on the radio or on TV?
Apple certified help the school to evolve that title.
I think it's very beneficial. I'll start off with that one. I think the school, for the school to have it, is very impressive, considering that only 2 places in the entire state of North Carolina have it.
So come and try the Connecticut School of Broadcast.
Thank you for staying with us. Andrew, why don't you tell us what's going on in sports?
All right. Chelsea beat Manchester United in a heated battle with the Demba Ba goal. They will now advance to the semifinals on Sunday against Manchester City. As you see here, the ball gets played into Juan Mata, who bobbles it at first for a quick turn to play it in over top, where Demba Ba meets it to beautifully place it into the top left corner. Demba Ba scoring his 4th goal since coming to Chelsea during the January transfer window. The biggest event for college basketball lived up to its expectations with a thrilling championship, with Louisville defeating Michigan 82-76. It was a long road to the final, with Louisville suffering a major injury when Kevin Ware broke his leg. However, in the end, the Cardinals were crowned champions. Kevin Ware has the honors to cut down the net. The Charlotte Knights began their season with a 2-1 defeat against the Pawtucket Red Sox. As you see here, Pedro Bito walks up to his catcher to congratulate him on their opening win.
Yeah, it's just a really great story about how Louisville came through with that injury and still made it to the finals.
Yeah, everybody stuck behind Kevin Ware, and it's good to see that, you know, they did very well, and hopefully we'll get a speedy recovery from Kevin, and we'll see him again soon.
That's right. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you for joining us.
And remember, if it's news to you, it's news to us. Have a good night.
The folks here at Red Ventures say that whether you're part of the human capital team, a senior sales agent, or just a basic salesman, every employee strives towards the same goal of providing excellent services to people and stuff. It's really cool, and we should just all love this place. Andrew Taylor, Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Good evening. I'm Chris Carson.
And I'm Daniel Sanchez. Thank you for joining us. If you're looking for competitive pay, good benefits, and a great company to work for, look no further.
Andrew Taylor takes us inside one of the Charlotte's fastest growing companies it has to offer. Toyota, Hyundai, and Kia Motors are some of the imported vehicle companies facing troubles.
But there's one American automaker facing similar issues. Jacob Hovis spoke to a Charlotte GM dealer to find out how they're helping local customers.
Coming up next, their name is known all over the Queen City. We'll bring you more on the mission of Elevation Church.
Also, we'll talk to a local band who thrives with their distinct rock and roll sound. Coming up after the break.
Here's an uplifting story about one of the fastest growing churches in the U.S., beginning right here in the Queen City, and is starting to spread across the country.
God, I love Jesus. Whether it's working in a bar, local festivals, or in the studio, the life of a musician can be an enduring process. Let's check in with Rodrigo Rivadeneira, who spent some time with the founders of a local band with an offbeat sound.
Thank you, Rigo. That's actually short for Rodrigo. Anyway, coming up next is the Charlotte Knights' last season in Fort Mill. Find out how they did in their home opener last night.
And the NCAA Finals came down to this major comeback for Louisville.
So come and try the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Here we go. Thank you for sticking around. Andrew, say sports things.
All right, we got Chelsea beat Manchester United in a heated battle with Denver ball goal. They're now advanced semifinals Sunday. Manchester City. Ball goes in a Juan Mata. He does some stuff. He puts it over top and boom, top left corner. What's up? Screw you, Man U. Chelsea, the victors. The biggest event for college basketball lived up to its expectations with the thrilling championship, with Louisville defeating that yellow team that's running around. Who cares? They're second place. Oh, man. Go, Louisville. Cut down some stuff. Where's it coming? And there it is. The Charlotte Knights begin their season with a 2-1 defeat against Pawtucket Red Sox. He threw the ball pretty fast there. Umpire does a dance. They're shaking hands. I don't know why. They only won by 1. Those losers. Go Knights! Woo!
They really need to get it together.
Who?
Yes.
All of them. All right, let's go light this thing.
All right.